Ooh, today's been a crazy one. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I got me a good soak in the sun for some hours and whatnot. You feel me? And then y'all know that I'm gonna tell y'all. See me, I told y'all I'm gonna beat me regardless, whether validated, not validated. I be around hella people just being me, almost as if like people ain't even around me, because that's like how my energy is. I don't mean to disrespect anyone. I don't mean to intimidate anyone, but like, uh, yeah. So I'm so in the sun and shit, right, yo? So like I'm so in the sun, and I know. Put it like this: people don't wanna say who you is, but it's certain stuff that you can do that's gonna show really who you is. You feel me? And like sunbathing is one of them things. You feel me? And if it's not at that moment, I'm not messing with it, and they gotta wait because like I'm on like a whole different type of time with everything and how stuff is coming about. So hold up real quick. I'm about to put you on game. So literally, so literally, so literally, I'm literally what do you call it in? I'm literally sunbathing, right? So I'm sunbathing. I'm in the sun, doing all that what I'm supposed to do, all of that. And while I'm on that type of time, it was a Latino guy that came. I'll be honest with y'all, I don't even think he was Latino. You feel me? I don't know what this. I don't know what this man was. You feel me? I don't know what this man was, but like, and I always have been. But like, I'm really in tune with energy, right? So like, as I'm soaking in the sun and stuff, this I he definitely was organic. He was like half Latino, half Filipino, or something like that. He definitely was organic. But long story short, um, I know that we dealing with our own battles and stuff. I know whatever his energy being that off was, it didn't have anything to do with me. You feel me? But for whatever reason, he felt more intimidated by me, or like jealous, envy type of energy. Like I didn't even know him. I didn't say nothing to him. I was just soaking with my shirt off in the sun. Maybe he saw all my tats and got offended. I don't know, right? But but he almost got turned up on though. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But this is how it happened. So he asked me, and he was like, he was like, hey, excuse me, y'all. I ain't gonna ask him, but he asked me. He goes, he sees me, and you know, like how any street nigga they know, you know how niggas act when it's like they want to try to create a situation, but like out of nothing, and there's nothing there to create anything out of. It was like that. Like I had my shirt off. I had my crystals all around me too. Like I had like a crystal behind me, in front of me, and on the side, on both sides of me. And when he first passed me, one of the ways how you could tell when it's like really negative energy from a man that's trying to start a situation. I know it's something that's regular that you might miss or whatever, and you know what I mean. If you've been in these situations, you know, because it's a really thin line. Sometimes it might seem like this, but it's not that. But what they do is they'll be like extra obnoxious. They'll be like extra obnoxious. Like a nigga will act almost like extra like tough, almost like he's trying to act extra tough. Like he's like kind of like passive aggressive. But when you in tune with energy, you know it's towards you if it's towards you, but he not gonna create nothing. You feel me? Before I even let him know I sensed his energy. Like when he first passed me, the first time I sensed his energy and how negative it was, and that he was trying to create a situation. I said to myself instantly, universe. I was like, of course this is happening while I'm sunbathing. You know, all of these attacks are coming spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying focused. This is the type of energy that comes your way as a spiritual warfare attack a lot of times when you do these things, right? So when I noticed it, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna ignore it because it has nothing to do with me. It's not a personal issue with me or anything like that. You get what I'm saying? I don't know that man from a can of paint. I don't know what he's going through. You feel me? But I'm just gonna, you know, send him positive energy and stay here and keep aligning with the sun and everything. So that's what I did. Then next time, and that was like even more so confirmation, because it was like he was acting extra obnoxious and loud and extra like he a thug and shit all around me. I'm like, bro, why are you doing all of that around me? You feel me? Like, there's no need for that. So, but again, you know, like I said, I sensed his energy way beforehand, ignored it, right? But this shows y'all how in tune I am. So I get on the bus. No, before I even get on the bus, another guy that knows me, He just happened to come in the area, and when he came in the area, he looked like he was like startled because it was like he was like, damn, I can't create a situation, or if I create a situation, he knows this person, and they might jump me, or you know what I'm saying? It's not just him. Like I saw the way he reacted when he seen someone, which let me know that he was on that energy even more, right? Whole time, if it would have gamed it, I would have handled that shit myself, you know. But how you doing, that guy? He's right on the floor. But long story short, he long story short, he literally I get on the bus, and it was another guy that came, and we just all chopping it up, like all three of us, we chopping it up, and I could just tell his energy. I was sensing his energy from afar, and it was like he looked like he was disappointed. Like, damn, I was gonna try to create a situation with that man for whatever reason I feel towards him, but he's with two other people that popped up out of nowhere that he knows, and I might not have a chance to do that or whatever, right? So it's stuff that I sense when I know that we all go through low vibrations and stuff, y'all. That's average stuff, you know, especially right now with testing everything, right? But you got to be kind of in tune with your energy to not put yourself in a situation at the same time, you know? I'm saying this even myself, it ain't easy, but me knowing I go through my own mixes and stuff like that, I be having empathy and compassion till I can't no more for people, you feel me? But what I'm about to tell y'all is going to pre-read them more. So I get on the bus. The first guy that came, he left and got on another bus, but one of the other guys got on the bus with me, right? So we go to the back, and he got on the bus before we did, but you know, my dummy was already going through the back, and it was like, you know, I always go to the back most of the time when I get on the bus, you know what I mean? So literally, we're on the bus, we chopping it up. While he's listening to his music, he's acting like extra, like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, he acting like he a lower thug, like he a thug in these boat streets, like he a lower gangster, but it's not in a way like he just bumping his music, like it was like irritation and stuff, right? So again, I'm ignoring all of it, you know what I mean? But I sensed his energy way before everything. He didn't say nothing to me yet, but he was throwing like weird vibes my way, right? And I don't know, maybe I can pick up on stuff like that because I just been in a lot of situations, you feel me? Like I've been here a lot, so I guess like one of the buses had to switch or something, right? So everybody that was on the bus to get the monument, another bus came to pick us up. Now everybody already got off the bus. My dummy got off the bus like last, and then it was just me and the other dude. You know, so my dummy got off the bus. I was getting myself about to get off the bus. Y'all, he says to me, he waited till my dummy got off the bus. He waited till my dummy got off the bus when it was just me and him. And you from out Maryland? He's like, you from out Maryland? But he said it like in an aggressive way, like it was about to be a situation, right? I said, I'm from Baltimore City. I'm from over east, to be exact. The only reason why I said it, because it was his energy behind how he said it towards me. You feel me? And I already read his energy. Like he was already on some fuck shit, right? So he goes, Shorty goes, oh yeah, Maryland. Like, anybody that's from Baltimore City, we know, they'll tell you, right? Even though Baltimore is considered in Maryland, anybody from Baltimore City, we don't look at Maryland like it's a part of us. Like, Baltimore City is just Baltimore City. It's ignorant, but that's just how we look at it, right? So the way he said it, like, oh, that's Maryland, like it's nothing. I can tell that he was trying to say that to make me reactive. But I'm not a reactive person. I respond, especially in situations like that, because you know it's not a threat to nobody or anything. But I don't got no time to be really fighting with people when I'm not bothering people, and I'm not, you know, me knowing I'll be on that type of time. I'm not trying to start situations, right? I ain't trying to bother people. And if if I know somebody is trying to start a situation with me, and it's like that's a situation, like that type of energy and shit, right? I'm gonna play stupid to that last moment till I bite you. You feel me? You might not even know everything that I'm aware of. I'm just gonna, I'm really city-minded, so I'm gonna play dumb as hell. You feel me? Like I don't know nothing. You think you might got me, however, so I'm gonna play stupid. So, so when he said that, he was like, oh, that's Merlin, like it was funny, right? And I was like, oh yeah, he's trying to make me reactive. I literally looked at him, and I was like, you funny as shit. I looked at him, I pointed at him, I said, you funny as shit. And I was like, positive energy your way, yo. And I looked at him with a serious face, and was like, it's like positive energy your way, yo. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you don't gotta do all of that to try to create an altercation. If you feeling some type of way and jump out there, and you want it to be that, you got the right person not knowing me and what I have held in, Go out there and make that happen, and it would have got busy on the bus, literally right there, and I would have did, yo. I'm gonna be honest with you. You feel me? So literally, like I said, I got off the bus to get on the next bus. He gets off the bus to get on the next bus, right? He was playing his little music, but he was quiet as shit though. You know what I'm saying? He was quiet as shit. And then I get off the bus, and maybe I shouldn't have dragged it out like this, because I was on a type of time where it was like I was talking and kind of in cold, letting him know, like, bro, if you want to take it there, we can, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been having, I've been having a bad day also, but it's not gonna be on no fight and shit, and literally, like I said, he was acting his Lord tough, whatever, but I'm gonna keep it real. A killer knows a killer, right? When I looked him dead in his eyes before I got on the first bus, he looked like he was about to cry, right? Now, I didn't see that as weakness or anything. I know that's not a weakness at all, right? But it made me, in a moment that I was already having empathy for him, empathy and compassion, because I could tell, a lot of stuff that's going on the planet, how it's affecting us, and everything. That gave me a little bit of leeway when I was on the first bus from when he said that, oh, that's Merlin. Because maybe not if that situation could have popped off and I might have got reactive when he just said that. And I could have probably said something ignorant right there. Like, oh, where are you from? But I didn't even care where he was from. I didn't get 2 fucks because I'm just like, bro, I don't even know you. You don't know me. We both having a bad day. Men have that. I don't know if you got a family, I got a family. We both trying to make it back to our families. Whatever we going through, is it worth it? If you don't know me and I don't know you, that should already tell you enough that it's not worth it. Casualty-wise and all, right? And this is how motherfuckers gonna be thinking when these hospitals go away. Because niggas ain't gonna be just making situations out of nothing like that when it's like shit can happen, you feel me? So, this shit was kind of crazy, but I got off the bus, and when I got off the bus, I walked around his side, and I looked at him in the mirror of the bus, and he wasn't even trying to look me in my eyes, But I'm just like, why are you even playing with people like that? Or maybe he thought I was sweet or something, and he thought I was trying to pretend to some shit like that, not knowing me. You feel me? The most kindest people got the worst tempers, y'all. Y'all gotta really realize, man. Y'all can't keep thinking just because a person is nice or a person got a good heart that you just gonna walk all over it. You know what I'm saying? Or just because they're not being reactive towards you trying to reel them in to thinking it's gonna be a fight. Y'all can't be thinking that, you feel me? Because it don't always be that and shit. So I'm just glad I handled that situation properly. But I know ultimately that happened because I was soaking in that sun though, in front of everybody. Because I'm not gonna, y'all. I'm not hiding, loving on my brother and sister in front of unnatural people to make them happy. If I'm a soak in the sun, and if there's a whole bunch of white people around me, I'm a soak in the sun. You get what I'm saying? If they get offended, they get offended. So what? You feel me? Like, I'm not trying to not love on myself and act like I'm not who I am to to have unnatural people like me more or anything like that. I don't got time for that shit. You feel me? Alright. Alright, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Hey, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Peace, power, abundance, brother. You know? So like in that yeah, so I'm just happy that didn't play out how I could have really played out. Because people be playing with people, you know? People be playing with people. And I had a rough day as it was. You feel me? I had a rough day as it was, so. But I knew that it was gonna be something. Just the fact that I was soaking in the sun. I knew it was gonna be something. Cause I was, not to say it like that, but I was making it obvious. Like I had my whole shirt off and everything while I was soaking in the sun, you know? I'm not acting like I'm not the sun in the flesh to make other people think that we're all one human race while the sun is separating us right now, you know, genetically, you know, like I'm not on that, you know. People are gonna feel how they're gonna feel just off the information about who we are coming out right now, you know, amongst the lies that's been told already. So I'm not hiding that, none of that, you know. I ain't trying to hurt no one either, but you know, people are gonna feel how they feel, and I'm going to defend myself if necessary. You know, that's the best way how I can go about that, you know. And anything with that type of mindset, I know the universe is behind me. You feel me? Because the universe knows that we're all going through stuff, you know. But it's how are you dealing with that pain, though? You know, how are you dealing with that pain? So that's the real question. And like I didn't eat the whole. Matter of fact, let me finish these peanuts. That's not even just about soaking in the sun like the whole day, but I didn't even eat. You hear what I'm saying? I didn't even eat today yet. So I love this time of the day. So it means that the day's about to be over, and we closer to the summer, and we closer to the system crash. But I talked to one of my OGs, and I gotta take what he was talking about, right? I gotta take what he was talking about, like saying that everybody consciousness isn't on what mine is on, you know? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, that's really why I'm struggling the most, you know what I mean? Because it's like I damn near feel like, say it again, I fucking easily like that, you know what I mean? Or how people view a person that's going through a financial struggle or anything like that. And it's not nothing like that. I'm just like really, I don't even like to use the word woke. I'm just really, really, really aware of what I'm living in, down to your teeth. And not even just how it affects me, but how it affects everybody, regardless of your genetic makeup. Like, I know all the lies, you know? I know all the reasons, like, why the consequences are taking place with everybody anatomically right now, you know? So, that's where a lot of my depression is coming from also. Because you know how they say, like, the more you know, the more depressing it is. Because this world is built on lies. I mean, it's one main psychopathic lie, but it's a lot of lies within that lie also. So it's like, with certain stuff being projected as if like it's really real, even amongst the lies that came out, some that haven't. I know both, but stuff that came out and people still trying to live the same lie because they're in fear or don't know how to handle it, them individually feeling powerless. Like, that can feel like a mental health attack. That's why I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't been reading as much around anatomy and stuff as I have and stuff because, like I said, I just gotta let more crash and fall apart a little bit because it's too much of an attack on me. I mean, when I could have my privacy more and have more, I guess, the last of this system up, more financial freedom, where I can just focus on my music and stuff, or whatever it is, my merch, anything like that, and not have to be in the forefront around people moving with the lie as if like it's not that, then you know what I mean, I will, because I feel like I'll be able to handle it a bit more. But while I'm still like finding out all these lies and the last of the stuff is still being projected to everybody or the masses, like certain stuff is what it is and it's not that, or what's even happening on the planet around children isn't happening and stuff, I can't handle it, y'all. That's what my video, why they keep trying to skip my video while I'm telling y'all information. But another thing around it, like, I just know way too much, y'all. I know all of the lies. Let me put this down and make sure I'm looking at the thing. Because while I'm talking about all this stuff, they're gonna start skipping my video. And I don't want y'all to miss and me look down and not know when they stop the video for me to put it back and they're messing with my video what I'm about to talk about. It's sad that I gotta do this type of shit, but this is how bad it is around the lies and how they try to protect it, even where we're at right now. Make sure I'm looking at this while I'm talking to y'all. Hold up. All right, so like I was saying, yeah, it's me knowing the more you know around everything is connected to genetics, right? Everything. Now, the more you can see through your lies of what you're living in, I feel like everybody is kind of facing what I'm talking about, regardless of their level of understanding. You feel me? Like even if you don't know that much that I know, but you know anything enough of what's being projected as if it's still true, you know what I mean? Like, it can feel like a mental health attack. You still having to go about it in a way like as if like you don't know what's what. You know? That can be really harmful for the brain. You know, even something as simple as, knowing, because I believe it or not, it's a lot of people that really think, and I can tell when I tell them, it's a lot of people that really think, y'all, that the natural resources and stuff like the gas, electricity, and water and stuff, it's a lot of people that think that it's not an abundance of that on the planet. You feel me? So they think like that's like justified that why we need to be being good slaves. You know what I mean? And be prisoners of war. Because it's like, dang, we gotta work for this so they can spread it out evenly for everybody in every state and stuff. Like, it's people that really don't understand what they're living in. So even just knowing the natural resources, how it's plentiful for everybody, right? And once you really know that and figure that out, and then you connect that to how they're slaving you for your time and energy, right? And you knowing that that's an abundance for everybody, that can feel like a mental health attack, you know? It very much so can. And that could be painful. And you gotta know how to work around that to make sure that's good in your mind. Enjoy the rest of your day. God is peace, power, abundance. See, I know we don't recognize each other, but that's why I do this, y'all. You know, every time I see somebody that can't respect the divinity naturally, or their brother or sister, you know, which costs nothing, that gives me gas to keep, you know what I mean, staying aggressive about what I'm on as this shit closes out, because it's just the sign of the destruction of what has been done to us psychologically, you know. Oh, that's a beautiful cardinal right there. You hear what I'm saying? And it hurts. Like, it's nothing that no one can say for an excuse to not reciprocate positive energy towards their brother or sister, especially while we're in what we're in right now. You hear what I'm saying? Especially while we're in what we're in now. Like, it costs nothing to show love. So, like, when you see that type of shit, you know, and I don't know her from a can of paint, but any reason, it don't even matter, because it wasn't justified. But maybe she would have been the type of female if I would have had the new J's on right now, you feel me? Or my hair would have been twisted up, you feel me? And I would have had the rocks in, you feel me? Maybe she would have responded to me because that's how we are towards each other. But on that note though, shout out the women that I've been booking. Shout out the El Salvadorian, uh, half El Salvadorian, half Indian. Joan I booked. I don't know if you would come across my lives, however, but I fuck with your energy heavy. Shout out to the Northwest goddess that I fuck with. You feel me? That I booked or whatever. Energy on 1,000. Leo, shout out to the Leos, cause she a Leo. The other Joan I booked though, the half Indian, half the Salvadorian, she a Gemini. Woo, she a Gemini. And nah, y'all, it's just been a lot, but it's been a lot of weird energy. You really gotta protect your energy. You know, I really feel like maybe the guy came and then the you melanated guy came out of nowhere when I didn't know that they was going at the bus or whatever time to maybe stop a situation from happening. Because that's how the universe works. I know I'm in tune with the universe like that. Like if the universe, because the universe, and I think about any time me being in the worst situations, because I even before having the information now, I always knew how to handle stuff accordingly, and what was seemed as like a fatal situation or what wasn't worth it. Right? How y'all doing today? I'm doing all right. So that's like part of growth to be able to understand that type of stuff, and men as we get older and older, from boys and men, that's one of the first main things that we notice, off of like dealing with frustration and stuff. Not even something to consider a fight, but just bringing irritation, energy towards whatever situation. Is it worth giving that towards it, or was it something I put my all in, and I just got to find the next best thing to do around this because I have no control of this happening, right? You start thinking about all of that and shit, like, so I already subconsciously was prepared off of how I was soaking in the sun like that, and just like in open, not like F everybody, but I knew it was gonna be something to come from that other side of energy. You feel me? Like I already knew that. Like I was so ahead. I already knew that he was gonna say something to try to make a situation, because him being passive aggressive and talking extra loud and all of that, he was doing walking by me and extra laughing, almost like make it seem like he laughing at me. Like none of that was working, you know? And I was feeling his irritation and none of that was working. Because in my mind, I was just saying, I don't got no problems with you. I'm not a threat to you, but please leave me alone, You can laugh or feel however, say stuff on the side tip. That's all good and dandy. You're allowed to feel how you feel. I'm not mad at you, But as long as that's where it stays, and he was getting irritated because it wasn't working. So I'm telling y'all this story to definitely, first and foremost, have empathy and compassion for everybody. Everybody's going through stuff, especially right now. But put it like this: the more you raise your frequency, regardless of the low vibrational stuff that you have to deal with, the more in tune you're going to be with energy to be able to peak stuff beforehand. You feel me? And but I really feel like the universe was like, damn, I know what this guy is going through right now, and maybe even more so, I know what this guy is going through, but this doesn't need to happen, because I know. Put it like this: if the other guy, if he was the one that I'm saying that was trying to create a situation out of nothing, he was melanated. If he did have a correlation with that sun, he was melanated. If he wasn't full Latino, he was like half Latino, half Filipino, full Filipino, or half Latino, half Vietnamese, or something like that. He was melanated. He definitely wasn't neuromelanated. He had hair follicles like an animal. He was melanated. So, but the first guy that came though, that I know, he's Aquarius like me. He's neuromelanated. He's a son of a flesh black mom. He came out of nowhere, and when he came out of nowhere, it was almost like he had a look on his face like he didn't even know he was being used to stop a situation, because he know how I get. You know what I mean? But it was like he came out of nowhere, and the other dude, the melanated guy, he was like frustrated. If he was a guy, he was like frustrated. So just learn how to sense energy and stuff, y'all. You hear me? Shout out my Brit. Shout out Zion. I hope y'all both good and all of that, and having a good day. These tests come in all shapes and sizes, y'all. It be unreal though. It be unreal though. It be unreal, you know. And shout out my nearest subscribers. I'm about to end my day in the Lord bit. Oh, 4:44 on the time. You feel me? 4:44. You feel me? That's confirmation of the energy of everything I'm telling y'all right now. That 4:44. You know. Make sure my joint ain't about to die on y'all. My joint on 7%. See, I'm gonna have to get off here real quick, y'all. I'm gonna tap in with y'all. My phone is never charged. I'm sorry, it's my situation. You know, I don't have a car to always charge my phone, or, you know, always waking up with my phone charged at 100%. You know, I'm grateful that the stuff I give y'all for growing purposes, I'm able to give y'all, even through my mixes, you know, that I'm going through. You feel me? Like, this shit crazy what I'm going through. I'm not gonna lie, but I know this shit's all spiritual warfare, and I know it's getting closer and closer to ending. Because one thing's for certain, y'all, like, put it like this. Our brothers and sisters are straight righteous, right? So, be honest with y'all, that grid crash, I wouldn't have to, here it go, they don't even want me to know how much followers I have and shit. they don't want to tell me who's on here, or show who's on here, who's not on here. I don't have to. One thing about our brothers and sisters, y'all, is they're not ignorant. Everything about us is divine, right? So with this system set in place how it is, it protects like certain shit like that. But no, when this system crashes, or however so the system crashed, our brothers and sisters jump down, or they come out, they reveal themselves, or however so they reveal themselves, they're not going to be rocking for no woman that has a kid with a man off of no reason, valid reason at all, not a harm to the kid. That man's just trying to love on his kid. They're not gonna accept no her trying to hide herself with the kid from that man or anything like that. All that's gonna be changed. That's not even gonna be allowed to be. You feel me? So like my brothers and sisters, and even more so, I'm neuromelanated, and I know my brothers and sisters know how much I love children in general. You know, and even having my own kid, you know, understood that much more so what was even happening with them on the planet. They're definitely not going to allow for me to be separated from my child due to whatever her false reasons or anything with her being melanated, trying to make it seem like that's not going to be accepted. So that's another reason why I'm getting happy. Even though I'm missing all of this time and stuff, I know that this was a spiritual test, you know, as me coming from the son in the flesh black woman. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, and I'm gonna tap in with y'all, man. So Lord, 3 points of RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to my guys and goddesses and all high vibrational human beings. You know what the fuck it is. Tap in, tap in.